Imagine going from high fashion to high-stakes knockouts. Islam Dulatov's journey sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. Once a top model commanding global runways, he's now making headlines for a different reason. His devastating knockout power UFC Octagon. With 11 wins, including 7 brutal KOs, Dulatov has built a flawless finishing rate and a highlight reel packed with jaw-dropping moments. But his rise to MMA stardom wasn't always about bright lights and fight night glory. This is the story of a striking sensation who traded the catwalk for the cage and never looked back. Born in Urus-Martin, Chechnya, Russia, Dulatov's early life was anything but glamorous. Growing up in a family of 7, he was caught in the chaos of the Second Chechen War. His family was constantly on the move, searching for safety in different towns like Shali and Grozny. With no stable schooling, young Dulatov and his brothers spent their days working to support the family, unloading trucks and training their bodies through sheer grit and discipline. In December 2007, his family sought refuge in Germany, a new country with new challenges. The language barrier made school tough, and adapting to a different culture wasn't easy. But one thing remained constant: fighting. Through combat sports and MMA training, Dulatov found not just an escape, but a new identity. The same discipline that once kept him grounded during wartime was now fueling his rise as a fighter. Dulatov started his pro MMA career in 2019, stacking up an impressive 10-1 record before earning his shot on Dana White's Contender Series. On October 8, 2024, he stepped into former LFA champion Vanilto Antunes at DWCS 75. What followed was pure destruction. Knockout, forcing Dana White to hand him a UFC contract on the spot. His official UFC debut was set for February 22, 2025 against Adam Fidget at UFC Fight Night 252. However, an untimely injury forced him to withdraw, leaving fans eagerly awaiting his next move. But one thing's for sure: when Dulatov finally steps into the UFC octagon, another viral KO is almost guaranteed. From gracing billboards to leaving opponents unconscious, Islam Dulatov is rewriting the script of what a fighter's journey can look like. Keep your eyes on this knockout artist, because his next highlight might just break the internet. Islam Dulatov didn't just win fights, he obliterated his competition. A brutal 28-second knockout in the welterweight division put everyone on notice, and he kept the momentum rolling with 2 more highlight reel finishes. His deadly mix of striking, rock-solid takedown defense and slick submission skills earned him a contract with Brave Combat Federation, the same promotion that helped launch stars like Khamzat Chimaev. But here's the wild part: while he was crushing opponents in the cage, he was also turning heads on the runway. Yep, Dulatov wasn't just a rising MMA star. He was working with top fashion houses and even made Vogue's list of the top 10 most promising models. But when it came down to choosing between photo shoots and fight camps, there was never any doubt. While MMA fans were taking notice, so was the fashion world. Gucci, Lanvin, Tommy Hilfiger, Hugo Boss, Dulatov strutted for all of them. And in 2018, British Vogue named him one of the top 10 male models in the world. But his biggest flex? Locking down an exclusive contract with Versace and walking in their Fashion Week shows 6 times. From GQ covers to magazine spreads, he was everywhere. Still, his heart was always in the fight game. I cancelled a lot of shoots when I was younger. We had money problems, and modeling helped, but I remember cancelling a $5,000 shoot for a fight that paid maybe €200. And then, the fight got cancelled because my opponent got injured. That kind of thing happened like 10 times, sometimes for even bigger amounts. But at the end of the day, I love to fight. That's what I do. That mindset, that's what makes Dulatov different.
And I canceled a lot of shootings when I was younger. You know, we had some problems with money and everything. And I remember when I canceled a shooting for 5,000, was it? The fight was like for €200. And I had these situations really like 10 times with even more money and everything. But to be honest, you know, I love to be a fighter. That's what I do.
He's not just a model who happens to fight. He's a knockout artist on a mission. And now, the MMA world is starting to pay attention. His highlight reel is growing, his reputation is exploding, and his mix of power, precision, and sheer killer instinct is setting the stage for something big. love this content. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on more. With a 6-1 record, Islam Dulatov didn't just enter Brave CF, he stormed in like a wrecking ball. His debut was nothing short of electric. Against seasoned veteran Cruz da Silva, he put on a clinic, using pinpoint kicks to set up his strikes before sealing the deal with a brutal boxing combo. Next up, Austrian brawler Patrick Spurk. This time, Dulatov flexed his ground game, locking in a slick arm triangle choke to make it clear he wasn't just a striker, he was a finisher, no matter where the fight went. Then came Will Chop, a battle-hardened veteran with over 60 fights. But the experience didn't matter. Dulatov dropped him early and finished with a guillotine choke in just 2 minutes. By the end of 2023, his name was buzzing in MMA circles, and whispers of a UFC call-up turned into full-blown speculation. Dulatov didn't just earn his UFC contract, he demanded it in the most spectacular way possible on Dana White's Contender Series. Facing Vanilto Antunes, he wasted zero time. From the opening bell, he came out like a man possessed, and just 2 minutes and 44 seconds in, boom! A vicious elbow sent Antunes straight to sleep. Lights out. Another first-round finish. Even Dana White couldn't contain his excitement. "That guy's a savage," White said. "He's got 12 fights and 9 first-round finishes. It's going to be fun to see what happens when he gets into deeper water." But Dulatov's highlight reel wasn't done yet. His next test? Greek submission specialist Yanis Paus, a fighter known for putting people away on the mat. Dulatov almost missed weight because he forgot to take off his Rolex. Yeah, really. But when it was time to fight, he stepped in with his usual ice-cold confidence. The fight almost ended early when a body shot hit Paus's elbow, but once it continued, Dulatov went full beast mode. Knees, punches, relentless pressure. He broke Paus down and proved once again that he's built differently. Despite his ruthless fighting style, Dulatov stays grounded in loyalty and respect. After the fight, he made his motivation crystal clear. "I love my family more than anything," he said. "Everything I do for my brothers and my parents." That mentality? That's what separates the good from the great. And Dulatov? He's looking more and more like a future great. With a growing list of violent knockouts and an attitude that screams unstoppable, Islam Dulatov is officially a nightmare for the UFC's welterweight division. He's fast, powerful, and fights like every opponent owes him money. The only question now isn't if he'll take over, it's how soon. Is Islam Dulatov the UFC's next big superstar? With an undefeated streak, a rapidly growing fanbase, and knockout power that speaks for itself, he's making a strong case. Whether he's turning heads with his fashion or leaving opponents stunned in the octagon, his presence is impossible to ignore. Dulatov isn't just here to fight, he's here to dominate. His rise has been nothing short of electrifying, and with championship gold in his sights, he's only getting started. As his skills evolve and his confidence grows, the question isn't if he'll reach the top, but when. With every fight, he continues to prove why he's a force to be reckoned with in the UFC. Looking ahead, Dulatov could shape the future of the sport, bringing a new wave of fans and redefining what it means to be a modern MMA star. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest on MMA's rising stars. More fight content coming soon. Stay tuned.